So this is a story on how I got an entire traffic courtroom out of paying parking tickets. My parents always wanted me to be a lawyer. So when I told them I wanted to be an actor, they said, "Are you sure?" Right? But then I was reasoning with them, saying like, "Look, maybe I can play a lawyer on TV." So a little bit about myself. So I started out at acting, then I went into education, and I wrote a show called Box Out Bullying that tours the country. We teach kids on how to be better to each other, teaching social emotional learning. So because it's a national tour, so I travel quite a bit. And a lot of our shows are in New York City, and I tend to get tickets there because they see the Pennsylvania license plate. One time, I got this ticket for the officer told me I didn't wait long enough for the pedestrian to cross, which was exactly laughable. It's laughable. So I decided to fight it. So I'm like, I'm going to see you in court, and I keep on delaying it because I'm hoping the cop won't show up, right? So come 2 years later. I delay, he delays, enough of delay, I have to show up in Queens traffic court, Queens North, not South, but Queens North traffic court. I Googled it, I made sure that I was there early on time. I'm the first one there as they open up. So it's like seat, so I sit over here as people start like coming in, and I notice that they're all like kind of filling up on the opposite side. So then they open the courtroom doors, and I realize I've been sitting on the opposite side, and that my room, the courtroom, is actually on the other side. So I'm in the back of the line, and the way they do it is first come, first serve. So I get there early, and I'm the last one there, so which means that I'm probably going to be the last one heard. Also, all the seats are filled up, right? And because I'm the last one, I'm stuck sitting in the very front. So it's me and the cops. And I remember, and the cop that gave me the ticket, he's sitting right there. So I'm like, shoot. So I have to wait. So he's up first, and he's going over all this, calling up all these other people that he gave tickets to, motorcycle not wearing a helmet, all this other kind of jargon. And I'm thinking to myself, oh, this is gonna take forever, and he remembers everything. So then they switch him off. So officer number 2 comes up, and he sits down, and I'm thinking this is gonna take forever. And because I'm sitting so close, I can kind of hear them and see what the cops are doing. They're playing on their phones, they're just writing stuff down. And I hear the cop who gave me a ticket say to the other cop, and I quote, "Most of this shit happened so long ago, I'm making half of this up." And I couldn't believe what he said. And nobody else was around me. And I'm thinking, whoa, hold on. So one of the bailiffs comes in and say, hey, we're gonna open up another courtroom just because to keep things moving. So, hey, if you have this person, get up and go. So I'm like, I get up and go to this other courtroom, and I'm still just shocked over what I just heard. And then much like today, hey, the first one, now I'm called up, and the judge is there, and he's speaking model minute, and I just say, yes, sure. So first, he lets the officer say his account, oh, I forgot. You have to swear. You have to, under oath. You swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, right? So we're under oath, all this stuff. So the cop gives his account, and then the judge says, do you have anything you'd like to add? You can actually ask the cop anything you'd like, or the officer anything you'd like. And I bring up some other things. He said I was driving a Toyota. I wasn't. I was driving a Scion. So I kind of get him off a little bit. And I look at the judge and I say, I can ask him anything? And the judge goes, yeah. And I look at the officer and I said, after the whole Scion thing, I said, first I said, the judge, are you sure I can ask him anything? He said yes. And I looked at the officer and I said, is it not true that in the other courtroom, you just said, and I quote, most of this shit happened so long ago, I'm making half of this up. And the officer just looked at me, looked at the judge, and the judge looked back. And the officer said, yeah, I did say that. Judge said, case dismissed. And I grab my stuff and I start to head out. Meanwhile, as I'm heading out, people in the front are going, thanks, young blood. They were using my defense. Did you not just say what he just said in there? Everybody got off. So I became the most hated person in that district for cops. But anyway, that's my story. Thanks, everybody.